What's going on, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game Sports. I'll be your host here, Chuck, and today is going to be about the one and only Lebron James. But before we get into the video, if you're stopping by, do your boy a favor, hit that notification bell so you guys can continue to get the latest on the media's sports coverages that I drop, and also hit that subscribe button so you guys can stay in tune with me as I drop this content. Back to the video. I've been seeing all over the web, social media, these posts about LeBron's I Promise School, right? Now, we all remember he opened this school back up in 2019 sometime, where he made this dramatic ass Martin Luther King speech about how he's going to do this and do that, and how no child should do this and that. And we all know, at least I was thinking, man, this is the biggest tax write-off LeBron James has ever done for himself. Maybe not the biggest, but definitely one of them. I get that LeBron likes to put himself in this image to act like he's so educated, and that I'm not insulting his intelligence, but it seems like LeBron James tries to put himself into the spotlights that are popular or that'll grow his fan base and that'll also grow him as a person to be more likable. And to me, I always feel that LeBron does things that are very staged. Even his supporters know this, but they're not going to ever come out and say it. And they'll think that a guy like me, a guy like old Chuck, is a LeBron hater. No, you just have intuition sometimes where you could just kind of see things for what they are. But this post comes and it says that the students there are pretty much failing, that the I Promise School is a big hoax, right? Now, I have to thoroughly go through this before I react. So let's get into it, right? So if you see on the screen, it says every 8th grader failed state math test at LeBron James backed I Promise School, right? So they quickly threw that back next to LeBron James, because you said that you were going to make sure that these kids were getting the finest of the finest. Now that's what you backed. So of course it's going to be a reflection of you because you're the face of it. So let's continue to read. It says, not a single 8th grader at LeBron James I Promise School in Akron, Ohio has passed state math tests in 3 years. Oh shit, I didn't know that. 3 years according to data presented at a local school board meeting. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. The school, which instructs low achieving students in grades 2 through 8, previously received $1.4 million from the LeBron James Foundation's its parents organization. Despite abundant resources, the school has not been able to meet the state benchmarks. For 3 years, for 3 years, not one child passed the state test in math. Not one. For 3 years, Valerie McKittrick asked during a review of test data from 2022-2023 school year. Now, before I continue to read, I just want to give my input on this. One, LeBron made a school that he had no intention on really just being around. In my opinion, I think that he did something for Ohio just so the fan base can take it easy on him when he's constantly trading teams. But in 3 years, you haven't had a child pass a state math test. Just lets me know that these parents and these students are just taking advantage of a great situation, right? And if you're not going to be here to monitor this or put the right people around to make sure that these kids are getting the best of the best, you need to go back and revisit your promise, LeBron. You need to make sure that, because you're so big on your reputation, obviously, you need to make sure that you aren't out here being embarrassed, because this is embarrassing and your name is tied to it because you are backing it. This is your school that you promised will do this. So far, it looks like you've broken the promises, because if these kids aren't achieving them, what was the point of your, what's the end goal? I get it. Like, you can't make these kids study. You can't make these kids, be the best that they, that they want to be. Or you can't make these kids, study and do this and that. But you have to put things in place. If you're going to talk so highly, I get it. Maybe you were running off adrenaline when you did all this, like you were that, high off life in that moment, because this is a huge achievement. You got to make sure that you're meeting the standard, brother. You got to make sure you're doing that, right? So let's keep reading. It is discouraging. The district school improvement, Caesar replied. We had said all along this journey was going to be difficult because we're starting with kids who are 2 years or more behind, he said. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it makes sense. I mean, if these kids are two or more years behind, then I mean, like, I guess you gotta pick your struggle, right? So my thing is, LeBron, how do you fix this? Where do you go from here? You know what I mean? LeBron has not came out and said anything as of late, not that I know of, but I'm curious to know, how LeBron James is going to stand behind this and go back to fulfill his promise. Because right now it's looking like a bust. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need answers. We want to know why these kids are failing. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we already know that they're 2 or more years behind, but obviously, in my mind, I'm thinking that you guys have some type of process and some type of curriculum in place to get these kids on a straightened course and see a rise in increasing numbers of, productivity. If you got a school and your kid's not passing, then man, you just got a school for nothing. And eventually the state might come and just say, man, you gotta pack this shit up. So you guys let me know what you think, man. Y'all think that LeBron took a L with our primary school? You guys think that he can come in and, fix things, get them back on course? I don't know. Like always, like, share, subscribe. Leave comments in the comment section and let me know how you charge to the game. Peace.